Hey everybody, we're at this house we just bought and we're going to do a walkthrough of it in a little while. We're thinking of some things that would help maybe new investors or seasoned investors with some tips that we have found. Our objective with all of this stuff we put out is to help other people get started. We really like real estate, as you can tell, as much as we talk about it. And we really believe anybody can do this stuff. So you can't be too discouraged. And as you look around this house, you'll see you gotta have some optimism. This is a little tool we picked up recently, this DeWalt Laser Level. It's probably about $60 or $70 at Home Depot or Lowe's. And it was a really good investment because we buy houses in San Antonio, and in this area, foundation problems are pretty common. So we're thinking, what tools could we use to identify foundation problems, especially when we're buying a house from a wholesaler, and maybe we're looking at it with 5 other people. Maybe we have a day to decide, and you don't have time to get all these inspections. I want to know what I'm buying as much as possible, and a full-on inspection isn't usually feasible. So this tool has helped us a lot. We looked at some water levels and some other things that are really bulky and cumbersome, some other ones that were electronic and really expensive and maybe more precise for a foundation company. But for us, this level just does what we need for a quick assessment of the foundation. So what we would do is find a place that we feel, if we feel the house is unlevel, we'll pick a high place. This house feels pretty level. Now we've walked into some houses that don't feel level, and the doors are rubbing and there's cracks and the sheetrock, and it's kind of obvious there's foundation problems, but there's other ones where you walk in and you don't really feel it. I think our 7-year-old daughter is probably the best at just having a feel for the foundation, and she'll tell us. But you know, she's supposed to be in school and stuff, so we gotta figure out how to do it when she's not around, and this tool's been great for that. So as I click it on, I put in the unlock mode, it projects a laser level and a plumb line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it here in the middle of this floor. Now the floor surface is important to take into consideration. This is tile, and as long as it's the same tile all the way down, you'll probably get an accurate measure. What I have, when I measure the distance from the laser down to the floor, is 1 3/4 inches, approximately. So I'm going to go down this hallway here, and I'm going to measure this laser at different points along the way. So for here, it's about 2.5. I'm going to measure it right before this flooring change, because this is still the same tile. When I go in the next room, it's going to be a drop down. So right here, I'm at about just shy of 2.5 inches. So I've got less than 3/4 of an inch in drop across that span. That's not alarming to me at all. Now this drop down here, now I'm at about 3 inches. So the flooring surface does matter. And then you come down here and I'm at 3 inches. So I'm not concerned about that drop at all for a distance this far. You can see that you can get a more expensive laser level that'll shoot a farther distance, but for our uses in a house, this is perfect. And I think I would buy the exact same level again if I was going to do it again. But as you'll see, there are a few flaws in this house, just minor stuff, nothing to worry about. This house is one that we will be doing a walkthrough in soon, and some before and afters and stuff. But just want to show you a few tools that we've learned. Now, I'm going to go back to where the level's placed and show you how we'd assess the rest of the foundation. So now that I've found what I think is somewhat of a high point, I'm going to turn back towards the front of the house, and you can see the line bobs up and down as it finds a level. It bounces until it finds a level. Again, I know I'm at 1 3/4 inches approximately here. Same floor surface, and I'm going to come all the way over here. I'm at 2 inches. So that may be a 1/4 inch drop, not a concern at all. And there's some foundation repairs or some foundations that have sunk that you're not going to repair. You may choose not to repair. It's all up to you. One thing we take into consideration when we're looking at this, if there was a major drop and there was, say, a bathroom on that wall or a kitchen, wherever plumbing is and there's a lot of movement, that's going to be a bigger concern than a wall that doesn't have plumbing on it. So this house we were able to look at, and we needed to make an offer pretty quick, and we need to make a cash offer. So we want to get as much information on our first pass as possible. So that's just one tool I can consider as something I would like to have with me every time I look at a property, and I think it's a good investment. So that laser level, a tape measure, and you can tell a lot about a foundation. I think these are good investments and they don't take up much space. Something you may want to include in your kit that you carry to evaluate properties. So I hope that's helpful, and we're going to do some more of these on just some stuff that's helped us as we've learned how to evaluate properties. And let us know if you have any questions. Have a good day.